This episode is sponsored by txcitizen.com, local New Braunfels news that's exclusively online and completely free. Also sponsored by City Bakery in San Marcos, fresh baked goods including pan dulce, cookies, cakes, and even homemade tortillas.
Hello pop culture geekery fans, welcome back. We have done the unveiling of the Throw Throw Burrito game, and today we are going to go through the directions and do a little bit of a playthrough for you. But first in order to start playing, you need 2 squishy burritos, a deck of cards, Fear Me badge, and burrito bruises. And this is for 2 to 6 players. To set up, each player is going to get their own personal draw deck on their right-hand side. It should have about 15 cards in it, but it doesn't have to be exact. So you just kind of estimate. These are their draw piles. We're acting as if we have 4 players today. And then you want to put your burritos at the different ends of the table, as far as another draw pile for the community draw pile at the ends of the table, and put one on each side. The bruises, it doesn't really matter. You can just throw them in the middle of the table. Then the first thing you're going to do is everyone's going to draw their 5-card hand. This game plays simultaneously, so there are no turns. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to discard your cards so you can draw new cards and make 3-card sets, like I've done here with Religion Pigeon. You may have noticed when I discarded Licky Chicky, I discarded it into my neighbor's draw pile. Every time you discard a card, it's going to go into your neighbor's draw pile on your left-hand side, and thus you're going to have to put it face down. And this pile will get messy, by the way. You can never have more than 5 cards in your hand, which is why I had to discard before I drew my card and got the Religion Pigeon. Now that I have a set of 3 cards, I can place them in front of me into my score pile, and this will be a point at the end of the round. But since I got rid of 3 cards in my hand now, the next thing I do is draw back up to 3 more cards, giving me 5 in my hand. There's a couple things I want to point out about what just happened. When I drew back up to 5, I drew 3 more burrito brawls. Now I have 3 of these. I also have 2 green burrito brawl cards. So I can't mix the green and the pink together. They have to be treated separately, even though they're both burrito brawls. But since I have a set of 3 here now, I can put that down and I have to yell out burrito brawl. As soon as somebody yells out burrito brawl, everybody pauses and puts their hands face down. The person who yelled burrito brawl will indicate who is in the burrito brawl. The person on that person's right hand and left hand side are now in a burrito brawl, and only those 2 people. They are instantly going to try to grab a burrito from the middle of the table and throw it at each other. The first person who gets hit gets the burrito bruise. And now, let's go see this in action.
Sorry, yes. Only you can't have more than 5. You gotta discard 1.
No, you gotta put it in my pile. I am. If I say that, I'm not moving on you. I know. Oh no.
Excuse you.
I got it first.
You may be saying, Sarah, what are the community piles for? Well, in this instance, I have 2 cards in my hand. I need to draw up to 3. I don't have a pile now because the person over here is super slow and haven't put anything in my draw pile. So right now, I can draw from the community pile until I get 5 cards. But as soon as there are cards in my stack on the right again, in my draw pile, I have to go back to drawing there. Also, there are a couple ways you can automatically lose a burrito brawl of any kind, a brawl, a war, or a duel. One way is if you are not part of it, if you are not part of the war, of the brawl, or of the duel, and you grab a burrito, you just lost, and you get the burrito bruise. Nobody else has to worry about anything. Or if you play the wrong card, like let's say I said Burrito War, but I have a Barky Sharky and not 3 Burrito War cards. Well, I made a mistake, and the error is that the battle I just started, I lose and I get a burrito bruise.
I got a bad one. I picked it up. But she picked it up. No, I picked it up. I wasn't in the brawl. I messed up.
All right, I drew back up my hand and now I have 3 Burrito Duel cards. So I'm gonna play those down and I'm gonna yell Burrito Duel, which will pause the game and everybody puts their hands face down. Now on Burrito Duel, I get to pick 2 players, any 2 players, that I want to participate in the duel. Each player will get a burrito. They will go to another location that is not sitting at the table, stand back to back. They will walk 3 paces and then turn and throw a burrito at each other. Whoever gets hit with the burrito first is the loser and gets the burrito bruise. Let's go to the action and see this one in play.
Burrito Duel. Pause. I select Jen and Josiah. Miss. If nobody hits, then you can pick it up and keep throwing. Okay. Try not to break my TV. 1, 2, 3.
Josiah was hit first.
All right, I've drawn back up my hand. Now I have enough cards to play Burrito War. So I'm going to play these cards out, yell Burrito War, and then everyone will pause, put their cards face down, except everyone is going to now be in a burrito war except me. So they may be hurriedly trying to grab a burrito. Everyone else at the table is in the war, so everybody's going to try to grab the burritos that are out here and throw them at somebody else. The war is over when one person gets hit with a burrito, and the first person that gets hit with the burrito is the one that gets the burrito bruise. No other hits matter, just the first one.
I thought, what?
Well, make it to your pile. Yeah, starting off strong.
That logic doesn't make sense.
Logic. We're throwing burritos at each other. Is there really logic?
I feel like that was simultaneous.
They say not to try to eat it.
Burrito brawl.
Now when you have no more burrito bruises left in the round, then it is time to score. So everybody stops. Every regular set of cards you have is worth 1 point. Then any war, duel, or burrito brawl card sets you have are worth 2 points. So here I would have 1, 3, 5, 7 points. Then I have to take away my penalties, which are -1 point each. So 7 minus 2 is 5. I have 5 points. Whoever has the most points at the end of the round gets the Fear Me badge. Then you play a second round. There are only ever 2 rounds played. If the same person wins the second round, they're automatically the winner of the game. If a different person wins the second round, they have to have a duel, and the duel determines the winner of the game. And that's Throw Throw Burrito.
2, 3, burrito!
I have to roll